So many of the franchises that made our childhoods great are coming back in a big way. From video games featuring our favorite cyborgs, like Terminator, and Terminator 2D No Fate, which allows us to relive all the moments of the classic T2 movie in 16-bit style fashion. This is the game we all dreamed of having as kids.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Or how about Robocop Unfinished Business, a standalone story expansion to Rogue City, the best Robocop game yet. However, this time around, we're taking on an elite group of mercenaries and thugs that have turned an Omni skyscraper into their criminal fortress.
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
And it's not just our favorite cyborgs making a return, because we're also getting a new show based on the deadly monsters from the darkest corners of the universe. Yet, this time around, instead of facing this nightmarish creature in the vacuums of space where no one will hear our screams, the xenomorphs have made their way to our home planet, where our screams of terror and dread will be heard. Yet, the universe's deadliest killer is not the only alien coming back this summer, because we're not getting one, but two new films featuring the galaxy's fiercest hunter, the Predator. The first is an anthropology animated film, pitting predators against some of history's ultimate warriors. Predators versus Vikings? Predators versus samurai? Predators in World War II? But a new Predator animated film is not the only thing we are getting from this franchise. A new live-action movie is coming our way with Predator Badlands, which I think overall looks pretty good, except for that god-awful Predator design. But we will get into that later.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Terminator, Robocop, Aliens, and Predator all coming back in 2025? Like, what year is it?
What year is it?
By the way, if for some awful reason you haven't seen the OG Robocop, Terminator 1 and 2, the first two Aliens, or the 1987 Predator, do yourself a favor, go grab some snacks. Stop watching this video and go prepare for the best movie marathon of your life.
Bitches leave.
You could thank me later by coming back and dropping a like on this video. Besides, if you haven't seen some of the most epic films in history, you're not gonna be able to enjoy the finer things in life. Like the fact that we're finally getting a good looking 2D retro style Terminator game in Terminator 2D No Fate. I mean, being able to relive some of the most iconic moments from Judgment Day in retro style is going to be a real treat. Like seeing the T-100 take on an entire fleet of cops with a minigun. Or seeing the semi-truck come crashing down into the canal as the T-1000 is relentlessly pursuing John Connor. Remember when the T-1000 comes up through the tile floors to take out the security guard? Guess what? That's in the game as well!
Hey, I got a full house!
That's good, Lewis.
Must be my lucky day.
Now I know what you're probably thinking. In order to truly capture the magic in Terminator 2 Judgment Day and turn it into a video game that's accurate for the movie, it would require a wide variety of different gameplay styles. And luckily for us, the developers at Bitmap Bureau have already thought of this.
Terminator 2 has a number of iconic scenes in the film, and what we found in the game design phase was that they don't suit a particular type of gameplay. So you can have a future war where you're running and gunning, sort of almost Contra-esque, but as soon as you look at something like a truck chase scene or the hospital, they're just very different types of gameplays.
In fact, the developers are even taking this a step further, because this game is not simply just a retelling of the movie. The developers are opening the door for player choice, and our choices can actually change the outcome of the story, thus leading to multiple endings.
There's a process that's kind of advertised that there is multiple endings to this kind of Terminator 2 game.
Yeah, that's right. There's a few key moments where you can make a decision that affects the outcome of, life on Earth, I suppose, and how the battle with Skynet plays out. So you do have the canon route in there, and that's you have to go through that route actually to open up the other routes. It just encourages repeat play, and it will give players a reward for playing through the game again and trying out the different choices.
Terminator 2D No Fate is set to release this year on September 5th for the PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Series consoles, as well as the PC. However, if September 5th feels like it's too far away, have no fear, because there's another epic 80s franchise making its way to a video game near you. And this one is coming much earlier. And I'm of course talking about Robocop.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait to play Robocop Unfinished Business. Rogue City blew me away with how incredible it was. Not only was it my personal 2023 game of the year, it is the best Robocop game to date. It really delivered the power fantasy of being the cyborg super cop.
It's Super Cop!
That fucking gun!
You know, it is actually insane to think that the best Robocop game came from the same developers that gave us that god-awful Rambo video game.
Rambo the video game has no reason to exist!
Rambo the video game is a boring, shallow, linear, broken piece of shit that never should have seen the light of day.
Rambo the video game is probably one of the worst shooting games I think I've ever played, and even a solid contender for one of the worst games ever made.
I swear, we are witnessing one of the biggest redemption arcs in video game history. To go from making a mere average, mediocre Rambo title,
It's not an average game, it's a piece of shit!
Sorry, one of the worst Rambo titles. But then to go on and deliver an incredible Terminator game with Terminator Resistance and Robocop Rogue City and the upcoming Unfinished Business. This is a damn miracle. Hell, these developers have earned so much goodwill, fans are already chopping at the bits to see what franchise they take on next.
This is Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd. The Judge Dredd.
Dredd.
Give me a break, Judge Dredd. Dredd?
There should be a Netflix documentary how TN went from zero to hero, because at this point I would be excited about anything these guys make. In fact, I personally think it'd be super cool if they made a Robocop vs. Terminator video game.
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
Fuck you, asshole.
But let's switch gears now and talk about the elephant in the room, the design of the Predator in Predator Badlands. And to be completely honest with you guys, I don't like it at all. And I'm not the only one. Just look at the comment section for the trailer. Silent, invisible, invincible. He's in town to talk to your manager. This Predator looks like he works at the local coffee shop.
What can I get you?
It is insane to me that they went in this direction, because the original Predator design was lightning in a bottle. It was pure perfection of practical effects that still hold up to this day. The fact that these guys had only 8 weeks to pull this off speaks volumes. Back in the day, that original design team were practically thrown into the mix.
Thrown is the exact right word. Stan turned to me and said, and you're going to mechanize the face, Richard. I'm going to what? Because I had never done a radio controlled mechanism before. I'd only done cable control mechanisms. So I had to learn a whole new technology, and I stepped up and did.
And it wasn't just an incredible, overly menacing creature they created. They had to make all the technology the Predator uses as well.
I remember Stan asking me, like, okay, I need you to do the gun for this thing. Did the original gun really quickly, probably in what, maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at the most. And I get this call from Richard. Where do we get the belt drive for the gun? Where was, like, why are you asking me this? He's like, we've had a little accident. He said, well, the effects guy had loaded all 6 chambers of the gun, and they were going to do a test with firing the gun so they could see what it looked like. And when they went to fire one, all 6 went off, which just basically broke all the belts in the gun.
Should have seen Kevin, though, after it had happened, and he was just standing there, and I'm like, it's not possible, he's dead. He's just been killed. And I ran up, I pulled the helmet off, and smoke just came out around his face. And this is all he said. What happened?
But it wasn't just the team of incredibly talented people that made this iconic creature timeless. Because the actor inside the suit did a phenomenal job.
What you take on proposes certain kinds of challenges, and being in the suit makes other kind of challenges because you wonder how much of your performance is actually going to come through. Most people think that when you prepare for a role for this, it's mostly just physical. It's mostly just jogging and push-ups and movement, and all of that's very important. Endurance is very important to be inside a suit. It's very hot, and it's really rough work. But there was also a lot of thought into what kind of movement, what kind of planet he came from. You work on the inner things that are going on in the character, just like as you would in any character, in the suit or out of the suit.
In my opinion, Kevin Peter Hall deserves as much credit as Arnold, Carl Weathers, Jesse Ventura, or any of the other cast members in creating this timeless classic that we all grew up loving.
When you look at Kevin Peter Hall in that wardrobe, makeup, and with that size, and you see him against Arnold, you believe, ooh, Arnie's in trouble.
Arnold, I'm looking for you, babe.
So why do I bring this up? Because I want to point out the fact that the new design team has the blueprint that is well documented to one of, if not the best, monster design of all time. The fact that they decided to stray so far off course in Badlands is a complete mystery to me. And before anyone says it, yes, I know, the Predators are an alien race with a lot of different tribes and individual looks and appearances. I get that. In fact, in every other installment of the Predator franchise, each Predator does have their own unique look. However, they at least resemble the original monster design. This new Predator looks like a knockoff from some low-budget film that's trying to copy the 1987's Homework without getting copyright striked. So I really hope they go back to the drawing board and give this design the Sonic treatment before the official release of the movie. If you want to be more creative in the monster design, I have no problem with that, but stick it to the comic books or the animated film. But when it's the live action mainstream release, I fear this could hurt the sales of the movie and kill possible sequels in the franchise, and no fan wants to see that. Besides, outside of this design, I actually enjoyed the rest of the trailer. I mean, seeing the T-Rex skull in the ship was cool. Imagine a Predator fighting a T-Rex. Not to mention all the cool little crossover Easter eggs with the Alien franchise. Could this movie be laying the groundwork for a new AVP?
And it looks like she's a Weyland-Yutani android. There's a quick shot here where her eyes go white, and if you zoom in, you do get the Weyland-Yutani logo.
Now we also see the Weyland-Yutani logo on a damaged vehicle.
And there was some Nicole Stasia moments, at least for me. Some of the lines in the trailer made me imagine what the next set of dialogue would be. And if you're a real fan, I'm sure this ran through your mind as well.
You're hunting something that can't be killed.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Overall, I'm so excited to see so many things I grew up loving making a massive comeback. And not in a cheap cash grab sort of way. Some of these things look like they're made by just as passionate fans as you and I. But I would love to hear what you all think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. By the way, if you made it this far and did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to the grind, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.